Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here. Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing, man? Antonelli here. Today, we're talking about thanking your coaches, okay? Before we get into that, today's video is brought to you by Super Speed Slugger. We use their training bats, their overload, underload training bats with all of our Antonelli baseball teams. We've had a lot of success doing so. So definitely go in the description box below, click the link. It's going to take you over to their site so you can check them out. Okay, so thanking your coaches. This is something that I make sure that I express to all of our players, and it's not because I'm a coach now, but I tell all of our players, hey, not me, I don't care if you thank me, but thank the other coaches, right? Thank every time you hit batting practice, right? You should thank your coach after he throws BP. That's something that happened in professional baseball all the time, right? And actually, I didn't see it a lot before that, but in pro ball, it's like every time you hit BP, and you scoop up the balls, put them in the bucket, you say, hey, thanks, coach, I appreciate that, right? So professional baseball players thank the coaches, at least they should, and almost all of them do, thank them for everything, for fungos, for BP, for everything, okay? And I think it's super important. You know, now that I'm a coach, and as a player, you don't always think about this. You don't always realize, especially as a younger player. But now that I am a coach, you start to realize how much time coaches put into the game, put into the practice, put into the players that you don't even realize, right? You as a player, sometimes you just kind of take it for granted. It's like, oh, coach, yeah, he's my coach. He's there, whatever. But then I became a coach, and I'm like, wow, there's like so much more work that goes into this that you never thought about as a player. Like I'd be home, right? I'd work all day as a coach, right? I'm talking about when I coached in college, but even now, you know, I'm thinking about players and how I can help players when I'm like sitting on the sofa at night. Like I'm at home at 11 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden I'm like thinking about a guy's swing and how are we gonna, like, what do I gotta do how can I get through this guy, right? Whether it's our high school team or summer ball teams or whatever, just lessons or clinics and so coaches, like there's a lot of coaches like that are always, whether they're at the field, they're at home, they're just always trying to help guys out, help players out. And like I said, as a player, sometimes you don't realize it. And, you know, now that I look back, most coaches, right, high school coaches, like most coaches are volunteering, like, or they're getting paid nothing, and they're putting in a ton of time to throw you BP, to hit you ground balls, to teach you the game, right? In college, like most college coaches, like there's a lot of college coaches that are volunteering, especially at a little bit lower level, right? They're not getting paid anything, and they're traveling along, they're doing all this stuff for their players, right? They're getting early, they're staying late. And you think even professionally, like thinking back to professionally when I was playing, like I was getting paid millions of dollars to play baseball, and there's certain coaches, right? Like the average coach in professional baseball is making almost no money. Like the AAA hitting coach is probably making like $30,000, okay? And when I was playing, I was probably making less. And that's the truth. Like that's what a lot of the guys are getting paid. So, you know, you've got players, and I know not a lot of AAA players are making millions of dollars, but you might have some that have signed for millions of dollars, and you'll even have some veterans that are probably still making good money, much better than the coaches. And the coaches oftentimes are putting in way more hours, right? They're getting there way earlier. They're staying way later. They're helping you with everything. They're hitting fungos to every guy. They're throwing to every guy, right? Like the pitching coach is working with every guy. And like I said, it doesn't just go for those hours that you're at the field. It's beyond that, right? They're thinking about, a lot of times those coaches are thinking about you when they leave the park. Right? Figuring out, why is this guy struggling? Why can't I get this guy to locate the ball to where I want? Why can't I help this guy with his breaking ball? Or why is he hanging this pitch? So I know it's a long, kind of winded thing here, but the most important thing for me, I think, is just to thank, you know, as players, just thank your coaches. Say thank you. It means a lot to the coaches. They put in a lot of time. Players mean a lot to them, and a thank you, I think, really just helps them out, makes them feel good, makes them feel like all the work they're putting in, all the time they're putting in is worth it, and that players appreciate it, okay? So that's all I got. Again, you might think like, oh, this guy, now he's a coach and he's trying to I just realized it more, you know, and I said thank you when I was a player too, but now I really realize what it's like being a coach, what it's like helping young players, and I think you just make your coach happy if you say thank you, okay? So that's all I got. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel, share the video with all your friends, give it a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. Check the description box below. We got a bunch of stuff down there for you to check out that I think you will enjoy. And that's all I got. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you later. It's a lot of thank yous.